bad apple, good fruit, and a great reward to boot. It's Rhyme and Reason 769.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're here.
Hey there, Tony here. How about this expression? The bad apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You've heard that, right? Wait a minute. Maybe that's the acorn or lemon. It doesn't matter. The point's the same, but there's another expression too. Maybe you heard this one. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Yeah, you heard that one? That's, of course, the Jackson 5, where the wise and glimmering guru of pop, MJ, began his journey. But I digress. Could there ever be a time when a bad apple leads to good fruit? Metaphorically, I think this is possible. And I think you'll agree after these examples. Let's say a father curses at and beats his son. In that scenario, father equals bad apple. But let's say those bad deeds motivate the son to, seek and discover words of wisdom in the Bible. Yeah. And then he passes the compassion, love, and mercy that he finds in the Bible to his kids. So the son equals good fruit. Okay, the bad dad was the bad apple. The son became the good fruit. All right, another example. A mother does too many drugs and ridicules her daughter on a daily basis. In that scenario, mother equals the bad apple. But then the daughter reads about the great women of the Bible, and she passes on those stories to anyone who will listen. So the daughter equals good fruit. All right, not convinced yet? Well, let's do another example. A famous athlete, let's say, has a public meltdown. None of that's ever happened, right? Well, let's say because he's too immature to handle his fame without alcohol or drugs. I know it's far-fetched. Okay, all right. But in that scenario, famous athlete equals bad apple. But a young Christian boy sees this and uses it as an opportunity to learn how to focus on others. And then he establishes foundations for the less fortunate. And he creates a legacy of giving. So the Christian boy bears good fruit. So sort of a disconnect, but a connect. The bad apple pointed the boy into being a good apple. Pointed him there or directed him there. Anyway, in 1 Corinthians 10, 1 through 13, Paul used examples of the people who followed Moses out of captivity and into the wilderness. And he said, but with most of them, God was not well pleased. And he also said that their bodies were scattered in the wilderness. They never made it to the promised land. So Paul showed how we can use what they did as examples of what not to do. And most of them just wanted to eat and drink and have sex and complain. Ironic, isn't it? I mean, because if all you had to do was eat, drink, and have sex, what would you have to complain about? I mean, ponder that for a second. Yeah, that kind of crazy nonsense is pandemic. Yeah, and I did that on purpose, by the way. Here in America, where I live, we have it, I would say, exponentially easier than our forefathers did. Most people literally can just easily and comfortably sit around and watch TV or play video games for hours a day. It's not difficult. You can literally waste those kind of hours away and still have a place to live and still have food to eat. Way too many people eat an almost endless cornucopia of foods and snacks while they do that, while they watch TV or play those video games. And they even believe they can have sex anytime, anywhere, and with anyone they want. But here's that irony again. Even as they do all that, they complain about how rough and tough and unfair life is. They falsely believe they somehow deserve their piece of the wealth and resources of other people who are actually still out there working hard to get wealth and resources. And those people on the couch, they believe if they could get their hands on those democratically gotten gains, shall we say, they would, the people on the couch, miraculously have a more fulfilling life. And that, dear listener, is what is known as envy. And that's not something that God likes or he doesn't even tolerate forever. Let's put it that way. Envy turns good apples bad real fast. You might get what they got, but it won't last. Be glad with a little or a lot. Look for what's eternal. What they've got's not. All right, that does it for this short episode of an envious type of podcast, the Rhyme and Reason podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means a whole lot to me, more than you know. And as always, remember life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're here. Give your time and season to the